Plinky redeemed a base tour. All right, let's start in the upper left-hand corner. Up here, we have our mausoleum. This is busted because we had a gold meteorite. This is our mausoleum. This is all of our fallen soldiers up here. Some of these names you guys will remember. Benton was the little baby that got beat to death in a crib. That clip is on YouTube. Nobody remembers Fuller. Nobody remembers Ass. Oh, some people remember Ass because we just called him Ass. Olesia was the one who beat Benton to death in the crib. She is located here. Estelle was the mother of the baby that got beat to death. Opal, nobody cares about. Fluffy, nobody remembers. Emmett, I think, was the father of the baby that got beat to death. Moore was like a million years ago. Uni. Alberto was the 77-year-old pervert that was trying to hit on Raven Rogue when she was like 16. Jarita died recently. Raven this is her final resting place here. Raven Rogue. She is the mother of Jerk the Warrior. Baby is the daughter of Raven and the sister of Jerk the Warrior. She had a bit of a what doctors call a drug problem. This is our super min-maxed, high-tech, state-of-the-art, beautifully constructed death rest chambers. I'll be taking no questions. This is, unironically, our beautifully min-maxed, state-of-the-art fabrication or tailoring facility here. As you can see, we're sitting on about 12,000 cloth, as one does, and 2,000 rhinoceros leather, and we have a crafter that is filling our bills here. We're mostly crafting prestige robes and ladies' hats and capes and shit so that we can sell those to the Empire. Over here, we have a state-of-the-art empty space, which might become our prison. We might make this into our prison tonight. Okay, so that is everything around the outside. As we move into the inside, the main focus of our base is the throne room. All right, so our throne room is here. This is a state-of-the-art, high-tech, completely min-max throne room with all of the bells and whistles. We have a steel Stellic meditation throne with our banners. We have all of our matching art. We have the requisite number of columns. We have our requisite number of braziers. We've got a couple of pianos in here if somebody wants to tickle the ivory a little bit. We've got a grand table made of sandstone with some sweet grand chairs. And then, of course, at the head of the table, we have our rhinoceros leather royal armchair for Jerk the Warrior. As we take a look around the room, we have a few cool lore notes here. This plinth actually houses the nimble steel longsword that was wielded by Raven Rogue through the majority of her playthrough. Okay, for the majority of her time, I would say 90% of the time of this playthrough, she was wielding this steel longsword. Fun fact, she actually killed a sanguiphage with it in a murderous rage by hacking the sanguiphage's head off in imprisonment. She, with one swift move, cut the head off of one of her friends during a different murderous rage, and she also inflicted the mortal wound that led to the infection that killed the mother of Benton, the newborn that was then later beaten to death by Olesia. Over here, Vidor, the persona mono sword. This was wielded by the former Hand of the King. His name was Harris, and he basically was captured. No, he was killed. He was killed in a battle right up here. That it was the same battle in which Seymour was captured. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then over here on this plinth, we also have the Eltex mace that Raven Rogue was wearing when she died of Luciferium need in the Death Rest Chamber. Okay. So, our ballroom over here has a excellent piano, it has an excellent harpsichord, and it also has a good organ. We've hosted one ballroom dance, which was satisfactory. And over here, we have our art viewing room, all right, in which we have 4 grand imperial sculptures. We've hosted one art viewing, and it was total shit. And we're bad, and I feel bad. Down here, we're going to have some minor throne rooms for the minor nobles to share. I think maybe Mutter, if we don't outpost him, and a few others, we can begin building the noble court up for Jerk the Warrior, because it will be a requirement. This room, it will be a second set of minor noble throne rooms once we're done making blocks in it, which we've been doing all game. Around the outside of this middle area, you will see that we have our royal bedrooms, which we have been working to min-max. Oh, shit, we have a grand ball coming up. We're definitely going to do that. Around the outside here, we've got the peasant quarters, in which we've started to put down some fine flooring. And which we will continue. So we've got the peasant quarters here. We do have our current prison up here. This is Eve. She has been very happily with us for quite some time. Unfortunately, both of her legs got cut off when we installed peg legs and then removed them. So she basically just lays there. She has a Coke and a smile, and she gives her blood up to Jerk the Warrior, who is also a sanguiphage, in addition to being a warlord. All right, moving along then. Over here, we have a quasi-research facility. And, hold on, how long until this expires in 5 days? We'll do the ball. Let me just get through this first. And then we also have our, like, kind of shitty thing. We just have to do better over here. This is a recreation room. As you can see, Vladlena is over here watching a little bit of television. I don't know what we're going to do with this. This is actually the monument that we had to build to make Jerk the Warrior the heir. So when you go to the comms console and you tell the Empire that you're nominating a new heir, they're going to require us to build probably another one of these. Over here is our quail farm. If you guys are not familiar with the quail, these quails are actually from the Vanilla Animals Expanded Royalty. And get a load of this. Their meat is royal meat, the royal poultry. Any meal that you make with royal poultry magically turns into a lavish meal. So we've got our quail farm over there, so we can have a bunch of lavies in here, basically free of charge. So we've got a simple meal bill in here with just vegetarian products, as well as some royal poultry, so we can make our magic lavies. Let's see. When you look down here, we have our hospital. We have to fix our hospital today. We should be able to get our hospital beds up. Jerk the Warrior has a biosculptor pod because he you know, in a moment of weakness and darkness, the young man actually found himself a resurrector serum. So the story about how he became a sanguiphage is that his mother was a sanguiphage. His mother died due to Luciferium need, which she ended up getting to help her survive a run-in with the plague that she had that was very close. He wanted to resurrect his mother and sell her to the Empire because he didn't like her tyranny, but that didn't work out. So instead, he forced her to give up her sanguiphage xenogerm before her genes had regrown, effectively killing her a second time and then imbuing him with the power of, near immortality as a sanguiphage. So yesterday, we lost about 7 or 8 of Jerk the Warrior's fingers by resurrecting some folks because we had a giant raid, and not only it was fate. We needed to get a mining outpost up, and we got raided by a bunch of dirt moles. So we just killed all the dirt moles. We resurrected them, which means every time we res somebody, Jerk has to cut a finger off. Then we had him res 8 people and climb into the biosculptor pod for a regeneration cycle, and voila, he has all of his fingers back. So this is our classroom, aptly kind of placed in our shitty hospital / bioregeneration / drug room. This is our machining facility and smelting facility. Obviously, this is our freezer, our kitchen and production area, and then we have a random shop over here that has batteries, some biofuel, some art, a smith, and a little spot here for some explosives. We kind of have a tiny little Deadpool fingers, that is correct. And then, of course, we have our kill box up here, which also needs some work. But we ended up getting our big ol' Rudy Tooty Shooty double auto cannons in here for that good throaty, bassy thump when the raiders round the corner and they get a face full of lead salad. So we've got a couple of small military turrets in here and a couple of double auto cannons in there. And then, of course, we have our steel mortars over here. And then we have a couple of geothermal power generators around the place. So that is our base tour thus far. We have a couple of things. I want to get fine stone around the outside here, get some fine stone in here, get these throne rooms actually set up. So, is it time to do this ballroom? Is it